Hey everybody, this is Cyrock Omega, and welcome back to Imperator Rome. So today, a big old patch came out for this game, hoping that it will fix a lot of the problems. It's like this game, just to recap, was not very interesting at release. A lot of small things just really pick away at your will to play this game. And then there's just that there's nothing to grab you. That it's got a lot of things from a lot of the other Paradox games that are not nearly done anywhere near as well as the other games. So you kind of just end up with a hodgepodge of other mechanics that are nowhere near as good as other games you could be playing. And you have a lot of annoying things just about the game that you just don't like. And it just really all adds up to not a great experience. I wouldn't say a bad game, but definitely not a great game. Probably not even a good game. Like, a generous alright. Or an okay. You would say there's a difference between alright and okay. I don't care. But, here we are. So, yeah, it's like, a bad sign when I first loaded this up was that I went into the settings to just make sure that stuff seemed solid, and it was flickering. You wouldn't have seen it in OBS, you wouldn't have seen it on stream, and it's not flickering right now, so that's good. But also we should get the music on, shouldn't we? There we are. So we're not gonna be able to continue the old game because this is a big old patch. And I don't mind restarting now, especially because they actually added one good thing that they did from the get-go was that they added unique traditions to every country. So, well, not every country, a bunch of countries, so that there's at least a little bit more distinguishing them from each other. So it's kind of like the national ideas. It's like, it wasn't a huge issue that there weren't any unique things about it at release. Because Crusader Kings 2, there's no unique country abilities. There are things based on your culture, and you play differently depending on your government type. But there aren't any things like, hey, France does this, because you aren't really France in that game. You are a character that holds the title of the King of France, for example. So in this one, we've got traditions. Did I even click on Rome? I did not. Alright, so we got, say, Rome here. From the looks of it, they all have 2 positives and 1 negative. The negative for Rome being they have inferior naval morale, which is pretty indicative of their history, that they didn't really have the best navy, especially compared to Carthage. They were lucky that they were able to actually dominate the Mediterranean, but they really all did it based on their land military, from what I understand, which is kind of noteworthy in and of itself. So they recover manpower speed faster and integration speed. I don't know exactly what integration is. Hey, what's up, new type? How you doing? So, born where the Greek south meets the Etruscan north, Rome has quickly rosen. Jesus, that's not a. Has quickly risen. Whatever. It's a Paradox game. These things happen. To be the dominant force of central Italy and the leader of the League of Allies that stand ready to do their every bidding. Do their bidding, or every... Rome's unfailing capacity to mobilize its population and acquire the loyalty of the city-states under its protection has over time grown into a strong imperialistic heritage. Like another example, like Carthage, they have a unique one. Export value plus 10%, so they get more money from exporting, or they get better stuff from exporting their things. Naval maintenance costs reduced by 10%, and loyalty gain chance plus. Alright. Alright, so their armies are more likely to become loyal to their dudes. Founded as the new city centuries ago by settlers from Tyre in faraway Phoenicia, Carthage is now the uncontested leader of the Punic or Western Phoenician world. Her heritage is one of a strong naval and mercantile power, often led to greatness by charismatic generals. Oh, like you could also, like, we got Macedon, heritage of Cassander, who is the current leader here. Hey, what's up, Furry? And thanks to the game, by the way. I'll probably stream that one of these days. Might I ask, why did you choose Domina? Like, of all the games on my wish list, why that one? Either way, I appreciate it. But anyway, it's like standard national manpower increase, diplomatic relations are worse. Diplomatic relation, you can have more diplomatic relations, things like that. And there are also different kinds of generic ideas. Like, we've got Umbria here, forest heritage. Frentania. It's pirate heritage, is kind of weird, but cool. Coastal heritage there. Another coastal heritage. Island heritage. Rural heritage. I haven't seen too many of them. Coastal, Island, Syracusan. Syracusan, that's a unique one. So it's what's interesting, what makes these countries unique is the mix of their heritage as well as their Greek tradition. Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, thanks again for the game, dude. Yeah, so it's like Greek tradition. Like these guys have Italic traditions and coastal heritage. And maybe like these guys have Greek tradition and rural heritage. These guys have Greek tradition and forest heritage. These guys are Italic and forest. But we're gonna continue on a playthrough as Etruria. That they do have a unique one. Etrurian heritage. Monthly civilization change, very nice. Military provincial investment cost plus 5%, so military provincial investment, I don't quite know what that means. I think this is a new mechanic. And religious provincial investment cost minus 10%. As one of the oldest people on the Italian peninsula, the Etruscans have a long and proud heritage of city and state building. So we're gonna go ahead and continue playing as them. Good old LBO is back. Let's see if we can actually... We do start as a federated tribe. Let's see if we could become a republic. It would be really cool if we could become a republic as this guy. So let's have Iron Man mode on. Pretty good. It's got good zeal. Not the best finesse, but otherwise, like, these two are pretty good. Alright. Is this game good yet? I can't put a question mark. Wow, okay. This isn't going to do. Like, the HUD is freaking massive. I know my monitor resolution is really weird and all, but jeez. Is this... This is a bit much. I don't think going to like my score is overlapping with my tyranny. Because their way to interface. Okay, that's better. That's a weird place to start. Jeez. Like, why was that? I guess it's just, like, my monitor resolution is really weird. And they didn't really expect people to start with all of that. Like, this seems good. At least it's an easy thing to find. Oh, no, hold on, no, I have to, like, save it, don't I? Yeah. Alright, thank you. Right, idea slot. Morale of armies. Shipbuilding. Even then, it's still kind of... still cluttered. I really want... do I want to make this even smaller? Yeah. This is probably fine. Could I have done this in EU4? Like the whole time? Could I have made the UI smaller? Like, this is definitely a lot better. Wow, okay, unmarried ruler. I don't think... does that matter? Alright. Okay, I'm just trying to get back into this thing. Okay, so we are at 35 civilization. Trying to think of how... I need to have 50 civilization, and I need to have increased council power. That one can wait, probably. Go ahead and do... I really have to embrace these right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and... Okay, subject states, origin myth. Oh, that would... this instantly gets us up by 10. And what's our civilization at right now? Country civilization level at 8. Alright, and marketplaces? I believe increased civilization. Doesn't say it does that here. Maybe different now. Whatever, we can choose some inventions. Supply limit, damage, import value, national tax. Yeah, let's go ahead and get property tax. Landowners are every state's main source of revenue, but by establishing a code of practice, we can avoid difficult situations when it comes to collection. Religious provincial investment cost. What is that? Religious provincial investment cost. Also, it would be good to improve relations with Rome, so that they at least don't try and immediately kill me. Probably. It's worth spending the points. I'm just gonna unpause it for like a day and see what happens. Because this lists some of them. Like, he wants 2%. Okay, he's not respected, so he doesn't deserve it. Like, everyone else, it's fine. Like, I mean, if it's one person, you're 25 years old. Canaanite, Corsican, you're married. Can I do any better than 6 here? No. Apparently they give me all the best ones at first. Alright, this is once again... Okay, monthly civilization. Now let's go ahead and do that one. I'm kind of glad that they took away the one that just gives you money, because I always did that one. Alright, and stability, this is probably one of the most simple yet important changes they did, is that it's no longer just like it is in EU4 when it comes to stability. It's no longer just -3, +3 sort of thing. It's now a percentage value. Stability changed by 0% due to no stuff. So it goes between 0 to 100 with a baseline of 50. And you can stab a pig in order to increase your stability for 5 years. Over time for 5 years. How about her? Can I not marry her? Arranged marriage. I don't know what if stats have anything to do with anything. She's got 9 and 9, 28 years old. How do I get married? Arranged marriage. Select? Oh. Alright, well there we did. Now we're married. Cool. Super neat. Alright, so this guy's scorned. Doesn't have bad charisma. Whatever, I don't care if that singular guy is scorned. Allied to this guy. Where's the fabrication cost thing? I think that one might be worth it. Gun technology. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one. Sometimes the only excuse we need is that we are the only ones who can truly offer security. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one then. And use trader out. Alright. Who should I go for first? Rome is a problem. But I can't fight Rome yet. I think I'm just gonna send my guys over to here. Oh yeah, and I really should choose the idea slots. Go ahead and get some martial ethos. National commerce income, that'd be nice. Huh. Interesting. You could actually just increase local civilization level now. I like that. You could afford it. I mean, I like that you can do it, but it's kind of weird. I mean, you just spend points doing it. It's a problem with this game, I feel. But it's dope. The amount of points and anti-strategy. I mean, why? It's like. It's essentially just make the game. It's a make the game easier button. So why wouldn't you use it if you have the points to spend? Maybe the thing is, maybe a strategy is to have so many things you can spend your points on that you have strategy in that, and that's like it's not saving up for a certain thing that you want to do. It's just that you always want to do a million things, so it's rationing how much you do make. I'm probably thinking too much about it. Let's just get on with this. I'm already 30 minutes into this and we're just starting. Got a lot of archers. Probably gonna need to build another retinue. I lack the points to do this. Let's go ahead. Recruit cohort. I'm losing money though. Not by too much though. I think it'll be worth it. Start expanding. Is there like a... Here we go, macro builder. I think we'll just go with that for now. These guys aren't allied to anybody. Man, I'm the best. Kind of weird that putting a dude in command actually decreases their morale. Well, you're gonna be loyal to me by the end of this. Before too long. Alright, how many guys could they have? We got 5 cohorts, not a problem. Apparently I'm guaranteeing these guys. How about let's not? Alright, how long is this until we got 61? Man. I'm not gonna have too many places to expand to. And hopefully the Carthaginians won't immediately try and destroy us this time. That worked out well for us last time, but that was because of stupid, really. We don't have much heavy cav or light cav. Heavy infantry or heavy cavalry. And we have no war. So this one would be good for archers, which we have a lot of. We have some, and we have a good bit of light infantry, so I think that'll be good. Tactically inflexible. I'm tactically inflexible. Oh, that's wonderful. Man approaches us with the request for a room and helps to write a grand tale of the ages. He last time it sucked, I think. Whatever, let's go big and hope that pays off this time around. Fabricate a claim. Man, that was loud. I'll just turn down my speakers. Alright, I got until August before I can declare war. Let's actually turn down fleet maintenance. And I had 9, but now I got 8. That sucks. That's kind of neat. I think I'm just gonna turn down the sound effects by just a little. Sadly, finesse is one of my lower stats. Alright, anyway. Oh great, now they're in the league with Rome. So, there's no fighting them. Cruising until 61, that'll take forever. Also start working on the north. Alright, I could probably fight all those guys. Come at me. You've got 8 cohorts, you've got 8 cohorts, you've got 7 cohorts. Alright. I'll probably need a few more guys, but it'll be worth it. Alright, what can I spend military points on again? Just this stuff? What does civic power do again? Does this stuff? Oh wow, just free centralization. Is that worth it? Fine. Actually, I think I do want you to be there. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what the light infantry would do in that case, though. You just do that. You do that. Go big. I think bribing used to actually cost like oratory power or something. Now it actually costs money. Yeah, just kind of waiting for points to accumulate. So do we want half as good light infantry offense for more money? Let's not. Veterans do. After wars, toil, and hardship, it is with hopeful eyes that the veterans of our armies look towards retirement. A life of rural farming with promised farmland often parceled out to the most deserving. Recent circumstances have led to great droves of our retiring soldiers climbing for this quiet life, seeking counsel from their generals and leaders. Anti-Larna has been appointed on behalf of our generals to negotiate a complex arrangement whereby we might assuage our tired veterans and yield to them some reward. We should be very wary of what might occur should we refuse. We can offer something at least. Sure. Expending points to get claims is tedious. Like, I'm just sitting here watching a number grow. Yeah, I got a baby. Like, if I was playing CK2 and all I could do was send my diplomat to go fabricate a claim on someone. No. What would I be doing? Looking for other means to expand. That's certainly part of it. I feel like I'm rarely in that situation where I'm just waiting for a claim to be made. Well, hot dang. Alright. Hopefully that'll be worth it. The Grand Tale of Argonautica have been completed. It's Etruria playing an important role in the tale of the hunt for the Golden Fleece of Jason and the Argonauts. People from far and wide come to our lands via the original tale of Jason and the Argonauts. Some people claim a new Homer has been born, while others lay the honor at our feet for supporting the arts. So we gain popularity, super nice, and increased tax mod for like 20 years. Excellent. So hopefully that kind of paid off. Man, look at that number rise. Look at it go. 5 at a time. Whoa, watch out. It's gonna turn to 160 in a few more days. Wait. There it is. There it is. 160. We only need to wait 4 more months. Joy. Oh, what is happening here? They're getting attacked. Or are attacking. What's happening here? I'm guessing they're attacking Carthage because they have so many other countries. Yeah. Go get them. Kick Carthage out of that island. Hey, look, we got another invention. But do I want another invention, or do I just want to cram power? Yeah, honestly, I think I just want to just push this button. Did it work? It increased it by... Was it 32 before? Oh, this is... Okay, here we go. This is different. I didn't think this would actually give claims. After traveling for many days, the proud members of the Etruscan War Council are gathered together in Vatluna, ready to discuss the waging of war on new foes. Alright, so this costs loyalty from other guys if they go for someone, if you don't choose theirs. Pancho the Broad Table, Kursny, a well-loved and competent leader, Anatai, a well-known rogue and philanderer, and Umarlo, something of a wild card, whose opinions are regarded as novel, opine loudly on their chosen course of action. Despite significant discourse, ale, and argument, no consensus is made on the target of our future expansion plans. Kursny believes fervently that Umbrian province of Picenum should rightfully be under Etruscan rule. Anatai and Umarlo, however, wish us to focus on Sabina in or Fernaccia, respectively. Alright, province of Islam. Umbrian Savinin, Fernatican. Neither, like... Because if I fight those guys, I'd have to fight Rome. Fight these guys, I'd have to fight Rome. So I guess I'll go for Venetia. I'm gonna go for the wild card in that case. And it's actually pretty good for the loyalty balance as well. Alright, well, good to know. Hopefully the claim doesn't go away anytime soon. I don't want to have to lose all my stability. Well, at least it's only 6 years. And I could still spend points to get this. But do I feel ready? I've got 19k. The city chiefs of Vatluna have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. We could intervene if we think it best. Letting slaves get too comfortable could have repercussions. Let's get money and increase our corruption. So that's basically creating money for manpower. Okay, kinda... It's interesting that they don't let you do this while... yeah, I guess to prevent any possible cheesing. No, I want the money. I'll gain the corruption. How do I get rid of corruption? Alright. So anyway. You've got 10 guys. They've got 8. They've got 7. So I think we're gonna need a few more. Alright, I think I'll get a few heavy guys. The Z key. How about 2 more of these? What the hell? Did my wife die? Oh, it died during childbirth. I didn't get a pop-up about my wife dying. You ever just be like, where's my wife? My lord, she's dead. My wife's dead? How'd she die? Childbirth. But why? How? When did this happen? Fine. Alright, waifu number 2. How about finesse? Someone good finesse. She's 20. There we go. Wait, no, I think I was related to her. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, now I am losing very minuscule amounts of money. Caught red-handed. Oh, he's pretty good, though. Ah, whatever. Lose stability. Go to prison. Sucks. Wow, that really sucks. That guy's garbage. I should bring these guys back. See if we can still do it. Yeah, we are not taking attrition now. Let's go ahead and get that claim. Yeah, that's really loud. Why is that so freaking loud? Oh, hey, look, pirates. Okay, I have to wait until March of right now. I want to just do it. Let's just do it. There's Volt. Come on, get in there. Help me out of here. Wow, it's gonna take forever. Okay, fine. You want to peace out right now? They're actually kind of close. So they're going to take their land back. Commerce income. Let's go, let's just do the morale of armies. We might need it. Yeah, they have a lot of guys. Hey, how about we do a white peace? Oh, they were going to accept a white piece. Yeah, now it's gonna be a loss. Come on, pull it out, boys. You can do it. They're actually sort of winning right now. Ooh, those reinforcements may have cost us. Come on, let's do this. Barely winning. I think it's very, very even. Just have a lot more frontline guys. No, this is a battle for the ages right now. And this wasn't even favorable terrain. Let's just speed this up. Hello? Jeez, go faster, damn it. This battle's been going on for months. There it is, alright. For some reason it didn't want to increase speed. And now that guy's just standing there. Okay, when I'm in that mode, apparently it doesn't want to go any faster than speed 2. Even still, this is taking forever. Hey, a child is born. Okay, and after all that, we lost. A loss for the ages. Probably should have put more commanders in charge of the legions. I got a decent bit of manpower though, so I think I'll be alright. Let's do the Omen power, I guess. At least all their troops have left. We could still turn this around. I can only select the ones that are moving. All right. And there's a clan chief there. Let's recover. Sure, that's good. This time the battle is actually going to be good. And now these guys are already being occupied by boy. Are we fighting someone here? Wonder if I could even try and get this land. No. Okay, no, I can't even select it right now. Grass is greener. The cities of Brent and Velathera have been engaged in... Oh, right, this. Useful. That event. Okay, here we go. Better fight. Hopefully those little bits of progress early on before the bigger sets of reinforcements come make all the difference. Alright, we're doing alright. Those reinforcements aren't nice to see. Alright, we can still do this. Faster, please. Alright, we won. Excellent. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and move you up to here. Or back to here. So that I don't take any more attrition on my guys. Bring you out over here as well. Hmm. 0 men. Primary morale recovery may actually be pretty nice. Let's do that one. You know what? I kind of want to just rush for civilization. I think that'd be nice. Excellent. Now, if I were to try and get a piece here... Can't take that land because it is occupied. Damn it. Oh, okay, you stay there. Actually, you stay there. You go there. Kirsty says an impressive clan chief, known for his battle prowess and strength. After an extraordinary feat of defending his clan from a pack of wolves, the people around Kirsty Hesnedy. Sure, why not? Oh, splendid. Wait, how's that occupied by me? Actually, you go over to here. I'll make sure my guy gets over here. As to not take any attrition. Apparently they're trying to siege that down there. Fine. Have a ball. Apparently that's unoccupied now. They've actually got a lot of their dudes here. Let's just finish off this one and then we'll probably deal with this. Okay, so their war over there is over. Probably it looks like a white piece. Did they lose that? I don't think so. Alright, they're trying to get that back. I think I might get some more troops. Let's get 2 of them. Two of them. 2 more of them. Now they're at war with a bunch of guys. I think these guys were just pieced out from the other war. So they broke their siege there. Well, a couple of guys are off there. Yeah, they broke their siege. Nice. Little chiefs. They're useful though. One for honor should be enough. Dishonorable winner. Wow. That sucks. Alright, right now we have a lot of light infantry, so I think we should go ahead and do this one. Artisanal bronze work. Even after you have an environment working, magnificent bronze shields, spears, and helmets of all kinds pour from the forges of nascent Italic civilizations. Even tribal cultures possessed a mixture of potent bronze and iron equipment, rendering them a fearsome sight to behold. What's up, Radio Market? Right now, I feel like it's kind of hard to say. I've only been playing for about an hour or so, hour and a half. And it's like a lot of the problems, I think, are more bigger things that you kind of would grasp a little bit more over time. Like, there are some things that are improved, like little things, like the stability thing is probably better. Like, it's a percentage rather than just the same thing as in EU4. Like, being able to improve your civilization with a click using the points is preferable? I don't know. I mean, it's like, on paper, everything, it sounded like a lot of good things. I just haven't really... I'm not seeing any terrible things about this. Like, I never disliked the game, it just wasn't very interesting. So they added traditions to countries, so it's kind of like national ideas in EU4. Sorta, that each country has things that make them at least more distinct. And now I mean, it really is to be determined. The biggest problem with the game is that it just really wasn't that interesting because it tried to do too many things. That's a really hard thing to just stop doing and actually focus on one thing. Like, it's I don't know if this game really has much of an MO. Alright. I'm gonna get there on the same day. And another big thing is that it just feels like you use the mana points for everything. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. No, the mana points are all the same. Like, that's tons. Use it for everything. I'll go ahead and put a guy in charge of this one. Actually, no. Let's just have all you guys sit now. But I can't actually finish this war. I'm not gonna be grabbing anything else, it looks like, so this will probably work. I guess a good way of saying it is that it's a somewhat different EU4 Rome. Like it, I guess, maybe. Alright, I think that's a good thing to get out of this. We pretty much destroy 2 whole countries. Ghost extension 5. Maybe. It's really hard for me to describe. Other people have said it better than I could. Alright. I'm just gonna chill here. So you guys can come over to there. So EU4, what is the biggest thing about EU4? It's like, there are a number of things. Like, improving in technology is fun. Exploration is fun. Conquering is fun. This doesn't do conquering quite as well, I don't think. But maybe if there is more unique stuff for individual countries, that could be better. And hopefully the heritages help out with that. Well, not... I don't know. It's a really big I don't know. How's my popularity? But I feel like these should just really go in a lot harder on the character interactions. I think that going in with the mindset of like, all right, we are, like, they really should have focused, it should be more like CK2 than EU4. It shouldn't be, they shouldn't have done it where it's like 75%, not even 75, like, they shouldn't have done it where it was like 85% EU4, and 15% CK2. It should be the other way around. I think they should, like, there's a much bigger thing about republics in this game. They should have just kind of flipped it from CK2, where it's like everyone is a monarchy and a few guys are republics. This one should be about big republics. And there are also some monarchies. That would have been far better. They should just rip the character aspects from CK2 and put it into this. Just take it. Let's pass judgment on both of these. 40 members, 3 members, 4 members. Jeez. This guy's actually pretty good. 10 marshal. I really need... It's like... They need to have thought, like, what is... Crusader Kings 2, but a lot of these states are far more centralized. Well, not even far more, but it's like... Just think CK2, and then pick the aspects of. I don't even know about that then, because then it's just CK2. Maybe they should have gone. I'm just trying to think. Like, there are just so many things from other games that are in this one that this one doesn't have as much of an identity. And what would the identity be? But the identity in CK2 is that every character, that it's about characters. That it's characters that have titles, not a country that does things. In this one, there is a good glimpse of the whole clan aspect. That should be extrapolated on, which is essentially the same thing as the whole dynasty thing in CK2. But I think that there are certainly differences somewhere to be had. Then there's... I'm also having a hard time saying exactly what the EU4 aspects are in this game, because it just feels like it. Far more in CK2 at least. I think a good thing would have been that this should be a game about establishing a state. Where this is about, like, this is the era at which this is about creating a civilization. That's it. This should be a game about creating a civilization. Alexander fell. That could have been world-changing if hypothetically he had lived longer and perhaps if he had created a real long-lasting state that was like well organized and everything. Imagine Rome, but like scooched east and all that. Or even as prolific as combining Persia with, and maybe he expanded farther west into Europe or something. Imagine that. Imagine, what if Carthage had succeeded and Rome didn't? What if Greece was unified and conquered Italy? What if Egypt became the center that its wealth would have been done? I think that is what this game should have been. It's not build up my dynasty. It's not that it is the creation of a civilization, not even the modernizing of a state, like so many things in EU4. Maybe not even necessarily. It's like there are kind of more. I want someone to say exactly what the war aspects from EU4, Hoi 4 that are in this game are. There should be definitive. It should be okay. I think I like the idea that of like that there is the assimilation of people, of populations into a culture that you spend points to do, which is annoying. Now, this game isn't frozen. I'm just in real think hard mode. What are some ways that this game could have been more about building a civilization than about just conquer things? Which is, I suppose, the EU4 thing. It's like the way you do peace is like in EU4. War is the entire game of Hoi 4. And you could argue that that is a game about creating the order of the future. What will the modern world look like? Will it be the Axis? Will it be the Allies? Will it be the Comintern? Will it be something weird? Stellaris is about exploring the galaxy. What is it's like, it's being Star Trek, which is awesome. Kind of saying that now, I kind of want to play it. This game, it should be about, okay, here's another thing. It should be about individuals making a huge impact. You should be able to be an early Julius Caesar. You should be a real successor to Alexander the Great. That is what should be here. I think there are ways that it could be done in this game. They could do it. That's where the flavor should be. Be the next Alexander. Be an early Caesar. Be a Cincinnatus, even. If that's not too deep of a cut. Anyway, I want a good civics guy. So that's my thought right now. And I would like to be able to say more about that. But I'm not a game designer. Alright, this guy is he really my best civics guy? Right now, he's not. Got somebody better. So, how good are you at civics? You're a 6. I think even they could do less with the whole family thing. And it should be focused on man, maybe if they didn't even do the whole family thing. And they focused on, you still picked a dynasty of sorts, but it was more focused on individuals. Like you could adopt other characters. Like your character should have relations with other ones, but it shouldn't be all about like the family. Your character, it was a big thing about like adopting people. Like it was an easy thing. Like I think Augustus Caesar was all like, yo, this guy, he's my actual heir. It wasn't that he and his wife didn't actually have any children, And his wife did have children from from earlier husbands, I believe, earlier marriages, but all her husbands had died. And so that would be a logical thing. It's like, okay, I mean, maybe he didn't have kids, but his wife did, and they're pretty much his kids, so that's a pretty good line. So I think Tiberius was the second emperor of Rome. So Caesar was just like, all right, he is my adopted son, and therefore he is of my dynasty and is the next guy. Which didn't work in the medieval era, and was good, was cool in Rome. Maybe different cultures can have different ways of doing it. That would be interesting. It's like, if you're Roman, it could be all about that. If it's more about, maybe for a tribal country, a tribal people, it should definitely be focused on proliferating the barbarian culture, like becoming an earlier Germanic feudal society, maybe adopting the civilization of a country around you. That would be good. It's not just, oh, I'm civilized now. It should be about, all right, how can maybe I gain glory for myself? How can you maybe be like that mythical hero that started a civilization? Like, how can you be, like, I think Perseus is the mythical hero that started, like, an ancient Greek, like, who was it? Like, Knossos? Or, no. I was looking this up the other day. Like, he's the mythical creator of essentially a step before Greek civilization. How can you be the real Romulus? That would be cool. Although this is a bit later than that point, that would be a good way for the Germans and like the other guys to do it. Like all the tribal folks, how can you be your civilization's Romulus? If you're like Rome or Egypt that already have like the Romulus or the Alexander or whatever, how can you, yeah, I think that would be a good way to do it. Somebody mail me to Paradox. I've got a good idea. Don't need to pay me, just make the game good. I already paid you. Anyway, can I at least look at your family? Can I see the people in your family? Because you've got 40 people. Like, one of them has to have good finesse, right? You know what? Sure. Let's get rid of the rest of these guys. And the rest of those guys. Like, look at all these. Look at all these names. What do these names mean to you? They mean absolutely nothing. What the hell is Petrocoria? What the hell is Treveria? Menapia? Prisia, that only really seems solid because that's like where Paris will be in like 1,000 years. If even. Like, what is Vecchia? Blatonacia? Celtica? That's a little weird. Is that where the name of the Celts come from? Opidania? Like, what if you were the one country that the one tribe that unified that would be the best way to do tribes. I want my character to be the Etruscan Romulus. It would be. But maybe a year's work to make a DLC piece. I mean, I feel like if things could be... I don't even know. It's really... Like, this game is already made. Can you really go back at this point? what can and can't be undone. What is realistic in that way? Like, I think there are ways that they can make this game fun, but I find it hard to believe that they can make this game great. They can make it alright. They can maybe make map painting interesting, but not enough to be all like, dude, you should go buy this game. It should be maybe like, I've played Total War Rome like a million times. Is there anything different? I really love this period. Maybe this one? It's kind of like, maybe try a demo first. Play it at my place first, before you consider buying it. Where it's like, I'd say if you like strategy games, get CK2, get EU4. This one, I don't think I'd ever be able to say it. Like, it feels nice to have taken all that land and stuff. I think governors maybe should be more of a thing. They should be more important. Actually, how about that? When you are a civilized country, it's maybe more like CK2 in the way that you are not. That you are. Okay, get this. It's more like CK2 in the way that you do not always need to be the ruler. You don't always, but you always have your estate. It's about partly accumulating wealth for yourself. That would be a way that I could actually make DLC and make it interesting in that way. The character interaction could be expanded upon, and it could be like, and you could have a position as like a governor. Or you could be made the consul or something. That would be so good. That is so much better. Maybe your family could seek to... But how would they do it in like... Why would you ever choose someone other than that? Maybe it's like if there would be a map mode under the main one, that would be, alright, this is the landed family that owns like this, like maybe these cities. They dominate these cities. Almost like a mafia sort of way. I mean, this is Italy. And that could continue on into... That could... Yeah, I like that idea. I should be keeping notes. Like, my friend Steve, he started doing a blog thing, and he suggested, hey, maybe talk about, like, the problems with Imperator Rome, and I was like, no, I mean, other people have said far better. Like, I mean, all my complaints were really just articulated best by Remy. At least they have different boats. That's kind of nice. All right, so I think. No, let's just get it in a Word doc. Maybe I will write this blog of how I believe that Imperator Rome could be good. Not that it's necessarily bad right now, just... I don't know. I mean, again, I've only... Like, this patch hopefully has added a whole bunch. It's certainly fixed thing. I'm guessing the game is a lot more stable. Like, civilization should be bigger than just like a number that's based on modifiers. I think it should be based on acts of your characters that maybe accumulate to a certain value. I think it should be more like, all right, here it is. Here's another idea. I don't want to have to listen to my VOD all over again to listen to what I'm saying. All right, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up in Microsoft Word. Just like, here we go. All right, bullet point 1. Scooching my mic over, sorry. All right, let's go with focus on characters in a clan who gain power and prestige through positions in government and owning land. Maybe don't even play as a character, play as a clan, and you control characters in the clan. Like, you are more, all right, get this. You are not a specific character, but you are the abstract concept of a specific clan. That may sound weird, but think about it. If you're playing as a... Is that any different than playing as the abstract concept of a country? Really? Like, you're not playing in EU4 as the ruler of a country, you're playing as the country itself. When a character dies, you play as the next one. You don't play as a character in that dynasty, you play as the country no matter who the ruler is. You lose when your country is obliterated, not when your dynasty dies out. Alright. Play as the abstract clan rather than the character in a family or as a country. Alright. Also, become the as a tribal country, become the Romulus that establishes civilization therein. Is there in one word? It is. Okay. In civilized nations, goal of becoming the Caesar or Alexander that brings the civilization, no, not caps lock anymore, to glory and power. Because that's what Rome did. That's like, that is the big thing about all this. This is meaningless to the modern civilization, other than a few. Okay, so where things are meaningful, like, what is Macedon after Alexander? Who cares? What is Phrygia? Who cares? Seleucid Empire? That's the continuation, essentially, of the Persian Empire, but it's ruled by Greeks. What is Maurya in the ultimate meaning of India? Is it really a successor to a great empire before? Is this like the moment at which Indian civilization was like, yes, this is our beginning? Was it just a successor to another one? Did it was it the base on which the first great Indian civilization is built? I don't know. I'm not that familiar. That's a thing to elaborate on. Egypt. Like, whoa. They already lost like a lot of this. That was quick. This Egypt isn't really the Egypt that was Egypt before. This is an Egypt ruled by Greeks. That doesn't happen later on. But the Egyptian people here are still the same. What really, like, this is really like the end of Egyptian rule, self-rule, as the old Egyptians is over. It was conquered by Alexander and was then ruled by Greeks, who were then conquered by Romans, who throughout the period would eventually become who would be like are also the Byzantines, Greek Romans, whatever, who were then conquered, the land was then conquered by the Arab Muslims. That is really where modern Egypt begins in that sense. Like, there are a lot of steps between that. What if modern Egypt began here in a Grekified Egypt? And it was never conquered by the Romans. What is a Greek Egypt like that rules the Mediterranean, the Red Sea? All this. What is that civilization like? That, I think, should be the game. What is the civilization that you're creating? And I feel like if that game might be here in what Imperator Rome is right now, there may be a way to do that. Even if it's just through flavorful events, that could be here. It's like, what is Etruria? We know Etruria right now. We study it in our history books. We hear about this in high school because it is so influential on Rome. Rome is the one that built the language that I'm speaking now is like how it is because of Rome. It is a Germanic language, but is a Germanic language that is heavily influenced by a language that was heavily influenced by Rome, by Latin. It's like even the modern language they speak in Egypt, it's not the old Egyptian, it's not Greek, it's not Latin, it's Arabic. Over here, they speak Celtic? No, they speak the language descended from stuff from the Romans. Carthage? Gone. Absorbed by the Romans. What would the world be like if Carthage stuck around and was massive? I hope I'm not talking in circles here, but I'm actually excited to think about this, because this sounds like a great game. This does not sound like the game that is in front of me, though. Alright. Sorry, you're still looking at the Word doc. I was back looking at the map. Alright, civilization and power. Alright, I'm actually, like, alright. Alright, in bold, underlined, Imperator Rome should be a game about creating civilization. In parentheses, this is my thesis currently. Imperator Rome should be a game about creating a civilization, possibly through the acts of individuals. Okay, even farther in parentheses, in brackets, or families of great influence. Like, even if they were to get rid of the whole family thing, the whole character thing entirely, which they won't, because it's like hard. It would be an entirely different game. It would be an entirely different game. Yeah. It's like, I just keep going back to the whole Caesar and Alexander thing. And the whole... that is the missed opportunity here. That this is the... It's the conquering feels like EU4. And that could be fine in and of itself. But that's not... But when it's a problem when you're like, all right, this game is like this game is game A is game B, but this. Like, imagine if they were doing that with Sonic the Hedgehog. If your way of describing Sonic the Hedgehog was Sonic the Hedgehog is Mario, but fast. If that is your go-to way of describing Sonic the Hedgehog, that is not a game worth playing. Or you don't know anything about the game at all. If your way of describing Halo was GoldenEye with a right thumbstick control, you don't know Halo. Or Halo is a crappy clone of GoldenEye. If Imperator Rome is just EU4 but like 2,000 years earlier, no, don't do that. But that's the best way of doing it. I really don't see a better way of describing the game other than in reference to another game. Alright. Anyway, other point. Yeah, okay. Alright, so focus on character in a clan. Play as abstract clan. As tribal country become the Romulus that establish civilization therein. In civilized countries, goal of becoming the Caesar or Alexander that brings the civilization to glory and power. That's what I want my current guy to be. That's why that is so interesting to me. That is way more interesting to me than conquering my neighbors. I want Elbio Voltereno, his name to be sung through the valleys and mountains of the world for all eternity. I want this man to be... I want his name to be synonymous with king, like he's Caesar. Or Romulus, whatever you want to say. Even a Cincinnatus. There's... That, I think, is... Alright, that's a good idea for DLC. Jeez. They're just gonna milk me dry if they actually come up with good DLC to be like, hey, we're making the game good now. Pay us $20. Yeah. Okay, I mean, this doesn't feel bad, at least. It's at least been polished, but I don't know how long this game will keep my interest. Alright, one more year until I can invade these guys. I'm losing money. Anything else? Like, let's see here. Is he already gone? Like, I think... Like, where is Pyrrhus? Like, I think he's already gone. Like... Yeah, I think I'm done with the gameplay right now. Like, okay, let's think about this. Who the hell is this guy? Quintus Fabius Rullianus. Do I know who this guy is? No. Is he good? Apparently. 9, 8, 7, 6. Solid. Great. Wonderful. Why couldn't this guy have been... Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah, thank you. The leader of Rome. He's the guy you start playing as. He doesn't matter. Like, who is this guy? Why do I care about his portrait? Why do I need to see his face? This is an aristocratic republic. When this guy dies, someone else will take charge. And it's like, he's just gone. What does he matter? What was his stamp on history? He's a bureaucrat, essentially. For the sake of the modern viewer, who cares? It's interesting things in CK2 to me are playing as... I really like that bloodline aspect. Like, that you're playing as the descendant of William the Conqueror. You played as William the Conqueror. These are interesting people. This is not an interesting person. Like, I'm still playing as the Holy Roman Emperor. Partly, like, I'm playing that campaign partly because I really just like the thought of Otto the First's dynasty being super awesome. Maybe you don't even need to do that in this game, but I like the idea that maybe I played as a character that made a great civilization, and you see the fruits of that. It can be a republic. You don't need to ever play as that guy's dynasty again, but just know that you played as that guy. And this is your country. You made Tribiblia like the world power. That's a great name. It is a tribe, so that makes sense. The great nation of Tribiblia. Because that's what all tribes should be. Because I am a civilized people, and they are merely cultureless tribes. The land of Tribiblia, here be dragons, sort of thing. And it's like, what? There's nothing here. Who are you? Who is... I'm just going in circles now, still, though. I'm just frustrated what this game could have been, and excited with what I would... with the thought of it being good. And maybe expand on... Alright, here's another good point. Expand on cultural assimilation and melting pots. Because, like, here you just spend points and your assholes become... And the assholes you just conquered become Latin. Great, thanks. All that does is make the game more manageable. It's like, it's just a problem you get rid of. It's not an interesting thing that molds your country. Like, okay, interesting thing. Fun fact. The gladius that is so synonymous with the Roman legions isn't even Roman. It's Celtic. The gladius, I don't know if this is like hard and fast fact, or if it's just there is evidence towards it, but the gladius, its shape and all that, is actually created from was of Celtic origin. Why? What if they didn't do that? What if the Romans made their own thing? What if the Carthaginians got this really awesome spear from the Germans and that became synonymous with other countries? Oh, and religion. Religion. Yes. It's not just, we are this culture. We have this religion. Oh, I am also of this religion, but of a different culture. How does culture be influenced by religion and vice versa? What if there is a bigger difference between the Roman pantheon and the Greek pantheon over time? What if there are ways that you could keep it the same, make it different, adopt other gods? What if there were different? What if there are ways that your religion could be? And it's like, and that all could also work with like Christianity, like later religions. What if you could make other religions? Like, I mean, just like, for how many years was it illegal? Of course, this is definitely a later period than like 400 BC. What if, like, how many hundreds of years in Western Europe was it illegal to read the Bible in your own language? The original, like, the New Testament, I think in its entirety was written in Greek. That it is a cultural assimilation of sorts that in like quote, well, we'll say half in air quotes of the quote Christian world, they were not allowed, it was illegal, it was heretical to read the holy scriptures in the language that they were originally written in. Why? Because it was centralizing power under a certain authority, that authority being the Catholic Church. What if you don't even play as a country or clan? What if you play as like a, what could you play as? Like, what if you were playing as a church? That's a little much. I think that's not quite. Technology, religion, what else? What could assimilation, military? Like, if you really think about it another way, the way that cavalry became prominent in Europe in the medieval era was because it was prominent with Germans, not Latins. It was like heavy infantry was more important to the Byzantine Greeks, and that caused them to be defeated at the Battle of I believe at Adrianopolis, which is like a turning point that you could say that it was the beginning of the medieval era militarily, in a way, because it was the Visigoths that used cavalry to defeat heavy Byzantine infantry. I'm liking this. I might need to write this blog for Steve. This is far less gameplay at this point than it is just me thinking about stuff. But I mean, this is kind of what you're thinking about when you get back to this game after it's been like panned so hard, and it has come out with this big patch. I don't even want to play it. I want to play the game that I'm thinking about. Alright, was there anything else that I didn't write down that I mentioned? Alright, you want to... It's primarily, you want to be the guy Focus on character in a clan. Who gains power. Plays the abstract clan rather than the character in a family or country. Let's kind of clarify that. As a tribal country, become the Romulus that establishes. Alright. Kind of. Something like Bloodlines in CK2, where Bloodlines and Sainthood in CK2, where characters become exalted for great deeds. Like, you don't even need, you don't need to be the Caesar or the Alexander. What if your guy is a philosopher? That would be sick. That would be so good. Oh, that's a good little aspect that could add a lot of flavor to the game. Don't always have to be the ruler of a country. Perhaps be become a great philosopher, general. Oh my god, this is so much better. I'm feeling better thinking about what this game would be than I have had playing it. Great philosopher, general, merchants? Merchant. I can't really, like, that makes you think of Marco Polo. Explorer? Explorer, general, just hero. Like, think of your, like, what if you're, like, again, like, not even just a Romulus, but like the Beowulf, like the legendary hero that sort of created the base work for the future state. A better example than that is probably, like, I think Beowulf, I think that sort of thing that at least later writers would say is that Beowulf was sort of the precursor to a united Swedish tribes, sort of. And probably a better choice might be, like, who's that dude that is like 1 million ancestors in CK2? The Viking guy. I'm blanking on his name right now. Yeah, I don't know. But, what about a prophet? Priest? That would be cool. Your character should be, like, if you could be a priest. Maybe, and that's another aspect they could add in this too. Pontus Maximus. I think that's the term. It's kind of like where Pontifex Maximus. Like where the Caesar where the Caesar is the dude where he's also the head priest. He's like descended from the gods. Like who'd be another mythical creator, like mythical origin of a civilization? Racking my brain here. Like a celestial emperor sort of thing in China. I don't know if they really have anything like that. Scorpion King in Egypt. That's it. That's it. The Scorpion King. Like the dude is like, all right, this is the whole Egypt thing. We're doing it. We're doing it. You can be the Dwayne Johnson of your civilization. With the worst CG imaginable. Man, I'm thinking of so many good ideas. I like all of this. Like, what else? Oh, man, What if you could be a slave? Alright. Like, you know, slaves back in the day could be teachers. Could be musicians. They weren't all manual labor. Lead slave revolts? Maybe you can wear Alexander's skull as a hat? That'd be a sick event. Like, I mean, yeah, it's like religions that would come out of other religions, like Christianity from Judaism. Like, there's also this other one up here. This weird one. Zalmoxian. Whether Zalmoxis was originally a prophet or a god is unknown. The Dacians and Getae, however, revered Zalmoxis as a divine being, describing many miraculous acts to him. What if you claim to be his descendant? Could you do that? Is there an event chain? Oh, sorry, again, I didn't switch, but whatever. Zalmoxian, it's like a religion that's around the Carpathian Basin area. This is just an event idea. I haven't seen this event. It should be here. Like, yeah. And I just think being a lower tier guy instead of the ruler is a really good idea. But not, like, let's kind of put this here. Just to... Oh wait, I already said that. I'm dumb. I just wrote it right there. Past me has such great ideas. I don't know about, actually, come think of it, I don't know if make other religions is that good. Maybe if you believe it. But I mean, the big thing that I'm thinking of is just make a civilization. Don't just be a country that conquers things. That, I think, is the greatest failing. It's not even just that they didn't do this, but what they did do is just, all you do is paint the map. Or in CK2, you're playing as a character, and it's a lot about politics and marriage. It's about spreading your dynasty. It's about interrelations with that, playing with religion. It's like, it's like your conquering comes from reasons other than that. CK2 conquest stems from personal casus bellis. Like, this is kind of in quotes because I mean there's the game mechanic casus belli. Casus bellis such as religious war, personal claims, yeah, that's another thing. It's the stupid, I'm actually just gonna personal claims on idols, cultural expectations, cultural ideas. It's kind of like the whole like great conquest thing, or just when you're a nomad, you're just like, hey, I conquer things. And I don't quite know what that emote is supposed to mean in this context. Just a dude squinting? Oh, you stream? I didn't know that. Like, that's your emote? Cool. Like, do you mostly, like, stream... Like, what do you stream? Is it like Paradox stuff? No, I'm just looking at your channel. And I appreciate the host. I'll give you a follow. I appreciate you hanging out. It'd be cool to stop in if I'm not streaming that day. That time. Okay. Alright. CBs in I are come from nowhere and mean nothing. This is a critique, specifically. We'll put that in there. EU4. In EU4, it's a bit more tenuous, but there's also the understanding of imperialism, superiority of civilization over less than civilized, like quote-unquote uncivilized peoples. Religious warfare, again. In this game, it's essentially just, I have the power to get a fake reason to attack you. Let's do it. So lame. Like, that is a very specific problem with just spending points to get a CB. It's so lame. Alright, anyway. CVs and Imperator come from nowhere and mean nothing. U4 introduces nationalism, imperialism, stuff like that. Like, U4 is an interesting way of showing that the old is still here, but the new is coming. Like, it's a good thing that EU4 does is show the transition of the old, the past to the future, slash present, whatever you want to say. Our past, but their future. Where, in reality, like, not much changed from the beginning of, in a relative sense at least, not much changed from the beginning of CK2 to the end. There were technological advances, yes, but those weren't really, like, massive. They didn't have, like, huge impacts on civilization, like the Caravel did, or the gun. The freaking gun, pretty important. In CK2 is like, maybe our shields are a bit stronger, our armor is a bit better. Swords, maybe a bit larger. You can kill better, but their defenses also got better. It's not the gun that changed, like, everything. The introduction of civilizations to each other. That really didn't happen in the medieval era, at least in Europe. China is different. There was a lot of exploring there during that period, I believe. I don't know. I don't know when, like, Zheng He did all his exploring around the Indian Ocean and get all the way to Africa. Anyway, alright. CBs in Imperator Rome come from nowhere and mean nothing. Just spend those points. That sucks. It's one thing to have mana and have them do a thing. It's an easy way to have a game mechanic. But just give me just make it interesting at least. The abstractness of mana takes away from the game. Okay, just do... No, not that. I don't know how this works. At least have an event when you... That would be... Okay. Have an event when you fabricate CBs. Like, maybe a little flavor, like... We demand that we unify with our neighboring culture that is so similar to us, we need to protect you. And as you said, it should be a negative effect. That is a good point, now that I think about it. Has consequences that could be negative, positive, or a combination of, or a combination of them. Like maybe you randomly get a really good CB. And this is if you still keep the mana thing. Like you could spend the mana, maybe your CB is like really garbage randomly. Maybe your CB is really awesome randomly. I don't know what proper grammar is, whether you add an apostrophe here or not. Randomly get better or worse CBs. Ah, man, I'm just thinking so much about this. I haven't really tried colonization, so that's kind of, I don't know. Oh, there it is. I just have to press enter twice. I'm an idiot. Events for colonization. Cultural melding. Great failures and successes. Of the colony. Demands for independence. Here's another idea. Lower separate. How about colonies are vassals created? Colonies are vassals. I'm not even playing the damn game anymore. I should just turn it off. At least I got background music. Colonies are vassals that need to be integrated. It's like, just think about that. Think of all the Greek colonies that just because some Athenians show up from Athens, obviously, why do I need to think about where they're from? Just they show up in Italy and are like, okay, we live here now. That doesn't mean that they were like, we still belong to Athens. They like, okay, let's switch back to the map. Like Italic. Like, look at these guys. They've got Greek traditions. Syracuse. Syracuse isn't one of these guys. How about this guy? He's Greek. This country is famously like the first Greek colony in like Western Europe or something. How are you, spicy? I am, thank you. I just love saying that. Oh man, it's like, I think these guys should have unique heritage. Hellenistic heritage. Although, no, I say that. I don't know how many Hellenistic heritages there are. Yeah, I don't think any of these are unique. Unique heritages. Seafaring. Hey, you're blind. Yep, that's exactly where Frisia should be. Actually, hold on. Alright. Go colonies of civilized nations are vassals that need to be integrated. Colonies of tribal civilizations, tribal nations are just, well, because they're more central, they're less centralized, they're essentially no different from the rest of the culture of the people that are doing all that. Where a break off and creation of a new state is done when civilized people go and do it. Maybe because people from this one tribe go to another area and do that, they're really no different from... Okay, so it's like we've got tribe A that has people leave to set up new area A, new B, but even other tribe within the greater tribe, and I'm okay. We have country. Let's say we have country. Let's say we are Senonia. It's like all these places are probably little loosely united areas under the same tribe. This is actually rather abstract. If dudes from here go to there, that doesn't, they are no different than these guys are from these guys. I believe. That's a way of saying. Okay, let's head back to this. Colonies of tribes are the tribe itself expanding into new land. And are not different from subgroups within the original country. I almost spelled something very different because I missed that O. It's in the original country. So that would be a reason to not want to become civilized too quickly. I don't know if that issue is there right now. Because I haven't actually played as them, but it's an idea. I'm just writing it down. Every time I look at the map, I just keep thinking of other things. New things. Okay, religion stuff. Military technology. I feel like technology is done well enough, I guess. For now. Diplomacy. Eh. Right. Let's just get this guy here. Alright, they got 1%. I think government should be more important. Like, positions in government. I kind of elaborated on this somewhere else. This is a great stream if you want to see gameplay of Imperator Rome, isn't it? I don't care. This is more interesting to me right now. I'll put this one towards the top. Greater focus on government positions, because that's one of the ways that in ancient Rome, at the very least, you gain, like, an individual and therefore a family gained a lot of power and money, is that by getting government positions. So essentially everything is corrupt. No, that's correct. Like this one. Oh yeah, here it is. Civilization. Why is that? Why didn't it? Why didn't it show as being misspelled? Huh. Weird. Alright, thank you. Yeah, it's like greater focus on government positions. Like, that is a good way to focus on characters. Like, it shouldn't just be slots that you fill. It should be more than it is in CK2. Because, like, in CK2, you have those dudes there in your council to vote for things if they want. It's mostly so that they will just shut up. There are some good things about it, but there are also bad things. I'm not saying it's a bad mechanic. I'm saying it's like, there are good things that you get from having people as counselors, and there are bad things, depending on if they're powerful, if they hate you, if they have favors over other people, things like that. I think that should be the biggest thing they take away from CK2 and really, really expand on it. And this should include generals, admirals, teachers, things like that. That would be that's a really easy way compared to, like, getting Renamana points or completely redoing the modus operandi of this game. Make big things. What am I? Jeez. Just make. That's a very good way to make characters more interesting, is make it about the government positions. More interesting things about it. Like, do I care that this guy is a clan chief? Do I care that this guy is a chief magistrate? Do I care that this guy is a bodyguard? No. This is there to make them shut up and maybe help me with, like... Where even is it? Like, stuff like this. I think that they shouldn't be like slots to fill. They should be more like titles. It should be more like titles in CK2. Or at very least, honorary titles. Alright, sorry, again, I forgot to switch over to the thing. But, make them like titles or at least honorary. You didn't really miss anything for not switching over. I think that's good. Scooch this up under there and actually do that. Okay, I think dividing up the country into, like, not even just governor, it's just people owning land. Like, being dominant in countries. But could they add a way that you could play as someone that's not landed early on? Like, after this game has already been made. Like, you don't care. Like, who cares to play as Sinonia? I'd rather play as a potentially great warlord in Sinonia. It's like, what's so interesting about this suburb of Paris? That Paris doesn't even exist yet. Alright, I meant it's almost, like, we just passed 300 BC. When I said earlier something else. The only reason that anyone would play as Boy is because they're called Boy, and it's hilarious. What the hell's an Insubria? What reason do you have to play as them over, like, these guys? Like, what's the damn difference? Nothing. One dude is over here, the other guy is over here. Is that memorable? Even if they just make up dudes in countries. Oh yeah, sorry, damn it. This is actually one important. It's like, Insubria, barbarian traditions, forest heritage. Taurinia, barbarian traditions, forest heritage. Who cares about the difference between them? I'd rather make my own dude in a tribe within one of these guys than any of the rest of them. You know, maybe even just screw all these micro dudes and have, like, maybe like HRE mechanics in a way within, like, different cultures. Okay, hold on, that could be interesting. It is as another scene. I'm switching between the two. Alright, I'm gonna write that down. I just keep forgetting. Alright. Alright, sort of macro. There need here, yeah. There should be. I would like a mechanic that unites tribes in a culture, so that it's not just like you're some meaningless tribe in absolute nowhere France, before France is anywhere near to a thing. Tribes interact with other tribes in unique ways in this other mechanic. Macro mechanic of tribes of a reminiscent of the HRE in EU4. Think about that. Like, what interactions do you have with your countries? Let's switch back to the map. Like, what interactions do these guys have with each other? They fight each other. That's about it. But it's like, that would be a let's see, political culture. Like, wouldn't this be more interesting if it was more like Belge, or like there's only a few of them too. Like, you play as you would still select smaller countries within, but there would be sort of uniting aspects that they would maybe defend themselves from outside invaders together, as opposed to just like being in a defensive agreement. That's sort of lame. Pictionary. Yeah, I want a united tribiblia. Alright, I think that's a good idea. That would be kind of neat. Alright, America. HRE in E4. What's up, Nuclear? Thanks for joining me. Sorry if you just showed up. I'm at this point, I'm just kind of brainstorming how this game should be so much better and hope that it could be good. But it may not, because it may be too far gone at this point. I haven't actually even been playing it that much. They have fixed things, they have changed things that are a step in the right direction, but I don't know quite yet if it's like you should tell your friends to go play this game. I don't know if you should be like, guys, I really like this game, it's fun, I demand that my friends go play it so we can play it together. I don't think it's quite at that point yet. Alright, alright, macro mechanic of tribes of the same culture. It's, agreed. Like, easy. Defensive agreements with each other to defend against foreign invaders of the same or different culture groups. Okay, I think I can get rid of culture group is a bit too large, because that's like all Celts. That's way too big. Easy defensive. And I really like your idea of countries, tribes unite and fall apart based on events, actions of other countries, or powerful, or let's go with charismatic individuals that, yeah, like think of like Boudica. Like she united all of her tribes to fight Rome, and they nearly kicked them out of Britain. Imagine that. What likely would have happened afterwards? Maybe the likelihood is that they would have just fallen apart. But what if Boudica started, like, united the whole kingdom? Imagine all this happening. It doesn't need to be about conquest. It's about it's about creating that civilization, as I said before. I'm just parched. But now I'm not really thinking about large empires. What do large empires have? I feel like... about large civilizations should focus internally, should have internal focuses on maintaining unity. Go cohesion. Politically, religiously, culturally, not even large civilizations, just that would be a much better thing to do. That would be a unique mechanic where a lot of the things we've been talking about are at least partly influenced by the other games. This is wholly different. Where in CK2, in Europe, there really weren't too many large states. Like the largest one was like the HRE. And that was, and just at this period, it's all very decentralized. That should be like tug of war between the need for local power risking their independence versus maintaining central power for other things, for personal enrichment. That could be influence, money, women, whatever. Tug of war between, let's go, not even tug of war, we'll go conflict. That should be more focused. Where in CK2, there's a lot of decentralization. Like, I think that would be interesting, is that a way that you could do this is actually shifting like shifting to a more feudal system where it's not about, it's less about, all right, here are people that own land that are all under the same government. That the feudal system, in a way, is a tiered system of different nobles that have their quote-unquote noble things. That it's like, there are not noble titles in Rome, at least, in the same way that there were in medieval Europe. The titles come from the fall of Rome, and it's a complex thing to explain. But it's not. But there are not like, all right, you are a guy that owns this land because you have this. It's like the land does not go to the title. The land belongs to a family as it is property. And that would be an easy way to decentralize and maintain stability a bit easier, but you're also, that is probably less central power for you. They can't give you as much stuff. You don't have as much of an ability to tax them, get their soldiers, and so on. Man, I'm just thinking of so many things. All right, could I probably just go on with this forever? I'm going to need to write this blog. I'm already on a 3rd page. But the biggest thing that I'm going to say, I think I want to play a little Mario 2. So I'm going to switch over to that in a minute, but the biggest thing that I would like to be the thing in this game is that this game should be about creating a civilization. It's not about painting the map, which is what it feels like. It's like you expand for the sake of expanding. Let's all right. Or that, I think it's almost makes you think of the Prestige in CK2, except this can be more valuable. Call it glory points or whatever. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day. And what that, in a way, you could say that comes, like, another way that comes across is that it wasn't just a bunch of dudes conquering stuff for whatever reason. They all had, like, more reasons than just, hey, I have the oratory points, so I can get a claim. So I'm going to attack these guys. Alright, I think that's what I got right now. So I think I am actually going to play a little more. I think, just for the sake of this actually having been a stream about, like, of playing this video game, I'm going to just take out this guy. And that'll be the end of it. Alright, what points are this? This is civic points. I don't really care for the tech right now. Sure. Huh. Alright, minus 2.5%. Is minus 2.5% of my army maintenance worth 0.3 gold? I don't think it would be. Huh. That's different. Not expecting that. Yeah, let's go ahead and fight this guy. Alright, good timing. Let's go ahead and just reactivate this. Come on, hurry it up. On delay. There we go. Alright, I don't think I want to move in until I can surround them. It sucks, but I don't really have the money. Well. Velvada. Which one's Velvada? That's only manpower. Nah. I don't need manpower right now. Just use money. Yeah, I could only go around there, and I don't want to have to fight that when I have to funnel my dudes through there. Alright, you want that? Let's do that. We've got the defensive terrain, so that's nice. Ah, lovely. Of course, to get a disease outbreak. You know what? You go be the one to siege that down. Take you to there. Let's let the retinue do the crappy jobs. I'm not paying for them. I might as well. Ooh, this guy's good. Hold on. We have a... Here we go. You get that. Okay, you're already at 10. Let's go to general loyalty. By merging a clear, ordered, bureaucratic framework in our military hierarchy, it becomes far easier to coordinate large military reforms. Alright, fine. Okay, you're disloyal, dingus. Am I at war with them too? Apparently I am. Didn't even notice that. Thanks for letting me know. Running out of money here. Alright, they want to do that? Let's do that. Once they're locked. Idiot wants to go off on his own, he can go off on his own. They can be bait. Well, they lost. Either way, we're fighting them here. Wow, that's harsh. Wow. Wow. Alright, good job, idiot. That's stupid. I don't like it. They've got a lot of guys. I'm almost out of money. I like how like this one gold is breaking this camel's back. Yeah, I think this is fine. That's pretty good. The border doesn't look too awful. We left them with one province. Those guys down there, they're doing their thing. Rome is not a fan of me. Let's just improve relations with Rome just to be safe. And hope that it works. Alright, we're becoming kind of substantial over here. That's a lot of dudes. I don't think most of them are even theirs. Alright, we're gonna have to turn down our army maintenance. Ooh, that's still bad. Might have to delete some. Vengeful. Once he has been wronged, he'll be able to alternative never forgets. Neato. Go down that. Wages. You know. We have to do that. Screw the taxation points right now. Don't want to be in debt. Alright, I'm enjoying it well enough. Not bad. This could be greater. And, Got a couple places we could expand to now. In a little bit. I'm leaving myself pretty vulnerable if Rome decides to attack. How many cohorts you got? You got 22. I mean, by staying powerful here, this allows us to actually I don't even know anything about this whole grant holding thing. You guys are not partying it up with Rome. I'll probably get back to this. I'm not gonna make it a priority. Though it would be good to get a better grasp on stuff. On whether it's like, oh man, this isn't very good. Or, oh man, this is way better. I'll probably need to look at the patch notes and try and help out that way. Oh, and Carthage ate almost all of them. Man. Gosh. Gosh, man. Ah, man, do I want to do some late night Mario Brothers? Mario 2, some Doki Doki Doke. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. This gives me so many ideas. Like an hour. Do I want to do it? I'm thinking no. I think I want to work on a few other things. So, tomorrow though, well now today, past midnight, I will probably be doing some either Psychonauts or Super Mario Brothers 2 sometime in the afternoon to evening. We'll see. If you want to see more Imperator Rome, I may be playing it more, probably, eventually, maybe. If you want to see Psychonauts or Super Mario Brothers 2 or Princess Maker 2, follow the channel. So I'd love to have you here. whether you talked in chat or just lurked, I'm down. I hope you enjoy it. So, until next time, thank you guys very much for joining me. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I am Cyrock Omega, and have a nice day. Later.